So I guess like first off, when it comes to Sony Vegas, the first thing I do is for these are usually my project settings. So the template is just an HD 180 to 600i, so it's 920 by 100 by 1080. So these are just my settings, so like you could just copy those in Sony Vegas 9. So yeah, I'll teach you how I usually do walking. So you open your project, whatever. Wait, I'll just use like an OC or whatever. Guess we'll just go with one of my OCs. Because mine is, like custom, it's gonna be different, but it's like the same thing, whatever. So you go over here to your walking, so it's gonna be 0. So for me, I'm gonna go to save PNG, whole scene, and then let's just make a random folder. Ooh. And then I usually call it 1.0 if it's your first like thing or whatever. So it's gonna be 1.0, and then walking again. For me, I have to check if the hair is aligned. So and then go back, do that. I mean, do that again. 1.2, and in the last one. So I've seen a lot of people not do this with their characters, which really bothers me. So which is why I'm telling you to do this. So Paint.net is free. If you don't know what that is, I'll send you a link later or whatever. And so I drop this, I press open, and then I go to this secondary color right here. I press the white, and then I change the opacity to 0. And then I go to image, canvas resize, and then I make sure the anchor is in the middle so the picture doesn't move. And I go 100 by 100. So it'll be just like even. Because a lot of people don't 100 by 100. Sometimes when you do walking or something like that, it'll look really off because it's like the pictures are different sizes. So it's better if you just make everything 100 by 100. And so once you do that, I just drag and drop and then add the layers, and then I just line it up to where the feet are usually on the same spot. So right there. Like make sure, yeah. And like that. And because Paint.net does this like weird ass thing, okay? I make a new thing, I press Control N, or I could go here. I get rid of this white, and then I select all of this by pressing Control A or whatever. You could just do it with like the tools, regular tools and stuff. Control A, copy, and then paste it. And then I save over it. And again. And then you have your 100 by 100 characters. And instead of dragging and dropping it like that, I don't do that. I go to import, media, then because they're all named 1 point something, it's gonna just open as the first image and last image. So there's 3 after the first image, so it's gonna put 3, and I press open sequence, so it's gonna animate itself. And then for frame rate for walking, I usually go like 3.5 or 4. So I'm gonna go with 3.5. And this always asks me on my Sony Vegas, but yeah, just ignore it, press no. And then I go to properties and disable resample so it doesn't look all choppy looking. And then what I do when it comes to walking, like I said, I use this pan crop kind of track motion actually, and like I like make it smaller, I guess, like that. And then I move it. And I always have sync cursor on, so like if I move here or here, it moves on the position thing. And so then I usually go here at the end, and then I just move it. And so it does that walking already. And that was too fast, but you could change it so it looks like that. So that's how I kind of just do walking. I'm gonna teach you how to do lighting. So let me just take something that like I know I haven't put lighting on. Or here, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take this. Okay, this is like a scene I made once, so I'm gonna teach you how I do my lighting. So here I have the borders, everything, the stuff. Wait, let me get that and stuff so I can teach you how to do this lighting and stuff. Okay. So I'll just you how without lighting, whatever. Just the regular picture and all the stuff. So what I do is I usually put 2, 3 or 3 new tracks for the lighting. And so I can go to bump map, and because I have preset things, I'm not gonna use those this time. So sometimes I switch between spotlight or glow or these two. So right now I'm gonna do glow for this character, my character. So because it does this, I go to bump map height, and I'm not sure if Sony Vegas 9 does this, it's gonna have this. If it doesn't, you can just go to location on here and change it from here. It's the same thing. It just shows up on your track. And so, because to me, the lighting is coming from the sky in the store, it's gonna kind of be like, right, like, you kind of just have to play with it. So it's like right there. Yeah. So yeah. The lighting is coming from like up here. And then we do the same for here. Kind of like play with the lighting by yourself. It's just kind of up to you where you feel like it'll be. And then do it for him. And then I'm gonna do the background first. So obviously you said the lighting comes up from here. Actually, I won't use that. So instead of using the glow, I'm gonna use the spotlight. So get rid of bump height. And so for this, there's gonna be 2. So you take the bottom one, which is usually what? The source. Oh wait, no. The source. And you move it up here. And then you move it here. And what I do is I change the focus and sort of the ambiance like that, so it's kind of dark on the edges but light on top. This is like really like light, so I don't really like that, but like, I mean, like, whatever. So there's the background and stuff. I'm obviously not gonna do it on the little items here because I'm way too lazy for that. So you already put your bump map and stuff on, so it's time to put the gradients. So what I do is I go to the elliptical white to black. I press here. And then what I do is I change this to like an orange or something, some type. And I leave the black, and what I do is I go to dodge so I can see the actual thing. And it's gonna lighten the bottom layers, and I move this thing, not the one, but the little cross, and I move it to the top, and I move the 2 to like the bottom, so where you can see them over their face, like see the, I think, orange over their faces, and then I just change the level of lighting, so it isn't like super duper bright like that, and I change it to like 60 or something, and that's that. And then I take the elliptical transparent to black, and I drag this 2 out, and then I go to pan crop, and I just move this so it's like it's dark on the edges. And then that's pretty much how I just, you know, do my lighting for that. And also, kind of like tip for like pan crop, make sure you keep these 2 on if you're gonna pan crop anything, because a lot of people don't leave it on, and so it looks really weird on characters like this. Wait. So if you don't leave these 2 on, some people do this or like things, and it gets like no. like it looks weird. So that's why I leave these on. And then I also, every time I pan crop, I press match output aspect first, and then I drag out to the size or whatever, and there you go. So yeah, that's all I kind of do. I could do G movements, but I'm way too lazy for that right now. So I guess that's all I do. So yeah,